Yo, what's up everybody? In today's lesson, we are going to learn how to find the correlation coefficient and the equation of a line of best fit with the graphing calculator. This calculator, guys, is going to give us everything we need. Now, this is an important lesson because these questions come up on the Regents all the time, but they are usually a part 3 worth 4 points. And the good news is they are easy. Now, let's dive right into it. Last lesson, and I'll put a card up at the top for you guys. We talked about correlation coefficients. Just a quick review, numbers that range from -1 to +1 that tell you how closely an equation, line of best fit, this is what we're going to work with today, models the data. Don't forget, correlation coefficient always is your R equals value. All right, and again, if you need to see that lesson, cards up at the top for you. Now we want to talk about the equation of a line of best fit. Now, I've also mentioned this, and I'll put a card up at the top for this lesson. I mentioned this, I drew this for you in the scatter plot lesson where we had scatter plots, and I drew a trend line through the scatter plots. Well, that's what the line of best fit is. It's a trend line that shows the relationship between two data sets. But here's the good thing. Guys, you're familiar with this already. Y equals ax plus b. That's your linear function formula. And basically, a trend line of best fit is the same thing as the linear functions we have already learned. The only thing new that's happening here is your Regents is taking this, combining with your correlation coefficients. Simple. And again, the calculator does it all for you. But in order to do that, guys, you do have to know the buttons. This part you must memorize. Now, I know you already know how to clear the calculator, right? Second plus 712, enter. That's just in case this is the first time you're watching one of my videos. Always important to clear your calculator. Now, whenever you want to find the correlation coefficient and line of best fit in a calculator, guys, you always want to put what we call diagnostics on in the calculator. All right, so it's second 0, and then the new button we're going to talk about is the matrix button. And this button is actually really important for other reasons, which I'll go into when we start using it as well. You hit enter twice to lock it in. The other buttons are pretty much standard that we have already learned. Stat enter to put in the data in L1 and L2. And then from there, it's just stat, right arrow, for enter. And all your information comes up and you get this question correct. So what does one of these part 3 questions look like? Here's an example of one. Let's get super deep into it and get this correct. It is easy. Okay, the following table represents a sample of sale prices in thousands of dollars and number of new homes available at that price in 2017. What's great about these questions is the Regents doesn't hide anything. They're very straightforward, and they tell you, state the linear regression function. It's a fancy way of saying, guys, the line of best fit that estimates the number of new homes available at a specific sale price P. And then they will always make you do this, round all values to the nearest hundredth. Okay, no problem. First step, go to your calculator to clear it. Second, plus 712, enter. Now, before you hit stat enter like in the previous lesson, because it's correlation coefficient, guys, you're going to put in matrix. So you hit second 0 matrix. This is the matrix button. Get familiar with this because when we do systems, we'll be using this button a lot as well. Now what you do is you scroll down to where it says diagnostics on, which is I think about 11 clicks. See, it says diagnostics on. You hit enter not once, but twice. Okay? You have to hit it twice in order to lock it in. Once you're locked in, now the problem is the standard problem that we're used to. Stat enter. Remember, the top is your L1 values, right? 160, 180, 200, 220, 240, 260, 280. And remember, you hit the right arrow to get to L2. There's nothing different there. 126, 103, 82, 75, 82 again, 40, and 20. Now, before you hit the buttons, guys, just look over here. Make sure the number in the L1s and the L2s are the same amount. If you have one extra number here or one extra number here, you will get a syntax error. It will not work. They're equal. You hit stat. Right. Hit 4, and what does 4 say? Line of regression, and it says ax plus b. That's what I showed you before. You hit 4 and you hit enter. And there you go. There's all the information you need. Now guys, when it wants a linear regression function, okay, basically it wants the equation of a line of best fit. Well guys, we know in an equation of a line, guys, you have a slope and y-intercept. Identify them first. Your a value, guys, is your slope. So identify it on the regions. A equals negative 0.79, and we do 0.79 because we're rounding to the nearest hundredths place. Your b value, 249.85. Now notice there's a 7 here after the 5, guys. That makes that 5 go up to a 6, so it's going to be 0.86. That's how you round to the nearest hundredths place, guys. Now, the linear function formula we need, y equals ax plus b. And again, if you didn't know that, you just copy it from the calculator, guys. It's right here, y equals ax plus b. And now you just substitute. Y equals, instead of a, substitute the slope you got for a. It's negative 0.79. We know we always bring x down in this formula. And now it says plus b. That's positive, so it's going to be plus 249.86. Now, guys, you box that. It stands out. Guess what? You just got 2 points in the regions. Simple. That was not hard. All I did was pull the info from the calculator out here. I had to round a little bit here, and then I just substituted into the linear function formula. That is a linear regression function, or line of best fit. Easy. And we'll talk about graphing this within a scatter plot on another lesson. For this lesson, I just want you to identify that. Now, I already taught this. Correlation coefficient, this was the last lesson. I taught you that correlation coefficient is always R equals. Always, always, always. And what does it say in the calculator? Negative 0.95. Why did I stop at 5? Because it says round to the nearest hundredths place. How come I didn't round that up? Well, because there's a 4 after the 5. That means 0.95 stays the same. Now, that's 3 points in the regions. We also talked about this in the last lesson because I had you explain what it means in the context of the problem. What does negative 0.95 actually mean? It means that the correlation is since it's 0.95, negative 0.95, guys, is close to negative 1. That means it's a strong negative correlation, because negative 0.95 is close to negative 1. I had you do that in the last lesson. That's why I had you do that. So when you see this question of the regions, guys, you get all 4 points and full credit. No questions on this, guys. This is easy. But if you have one, definitely email them to me. All right, let's look at one more. This is exactly how it's going to look on the regions to get full credit. Okay, same exact type of question, just different chart. All right, it says a nutritionist collected information about different brands of beef hot dogs. She made a table showing the number of calories and the amount of sodium in each hot dog. Sodium's bad for you guys, keep that in mind. Notice the regions isn't hiding anything. It says write the equation for the line of best fit. Well, we go to our calculator for that, guys. Clear your calculator out. Second, plus 712, enter. Before you hit stat enter, put diagnostics on. Second, 0. We got to go to matrix, guys. Scroll down to diagnostics on, and you hit enter not once, but twice. Now you hit stat enter, and you put all your numbers in. 186, 181. So guys, if you know how I can figure out how to fast forward this within the video, so you're literally not watching me put in every single number, please comment below on that, because I have not figured that out yet. I've learned quite a bit lately doing these videos with editing and things like that. So I'm sure I'll figure it out eventually, but to make my life easier, if you know how to do that, please let me know, because this way it'll make your life easier. 495, 477, 425, 322, 482, 587, 370, and 322. Remember, what do you do before you hit stat right for enter? You check. Make sure the same amount of numbers are in each L1 and L2 column. They are, so now we hit stat right for, and we hit enter. Boom, and there's all the work we need, guys. Everything we need. Perfect. So it says, write an equation of a line of best fit. Guys, you know every equation of a line has a slope and a y-intercept. Identify that first. Give me my A value and the B value. Now, don't forget to read. It says, round your answer to the nearest hundredth. And I just want to say one thing. Sometimes on the Regents, they'll ask part A for the 100th, and then part B will be to the 10th place. So just watch carefully. Make sure you read carefully. A is 4.587, which is going to be 4.59. And now, B value, negative 346.60. What is my linear function formula we need? Y equals ax plus b. And now, guys, all you have to do is substitute y equals, instead of a, you have a value for a. Substitute it. 4.59. X comes down. Now, just be careful here. This says plus, but guys, you have a negative y-intercept. Please do not put plus minus. A lot of kids do that. If it's a negative y-intercept, just put minus 346 like that. Only have one sign in between, all right? And there you go. Don't forget to box this, guys, as that's your answer for the Regents. You want it to stand out. Now, so far you got 2 out of the 4 points. The other 2 points are simple. Very straightforward again. Write the correlation coefficient. I taught that in the last lesson. What letter represents correlation coefficient? Your R equals always. Siempre. R equals 0.94. It said, again, round in the nearest hundredths place. So 0.94. Notice it's positive. Now it says explain what the correlation coefficient suggests in the context of the problem. What do we know about 0.94? 0.94 is close to positive 1. Therefore, this is strong, fuerte, positivo, positive. Correlation. Because 0.94 is close to 1. Guys, I'm sorry, but that's all you need. 4 points on your Regents. This question comes up as a part 3 all the time. And now when it does, you're going to get it right. Guys, that's it for correlation coefficients, an equation of a line of best fit with the calculator. Comment below, guys, on what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to see. Any questions for me on this or any other lesson, please email me, bwritingcihs@yahoo.com. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please continue to stay safe out there. Keep doing your work, and I will see you on the next video. See you!